Hello. Today, I will tell you a story about a little girl, Lily, and a stray dog. Imagine a quiet autumn town where life flows measuredly and nature reveals its charm in every falling leaf. It is here, among the golden and brown tones, that an incredible story takes place, reminding us of the power of small acts and the immense kindness in our lives. This is the story of a little girl, Lilia, whose kind-heartedness cost her not only her own life, but also the fate of a homeless dog, who found in her not only a friend, but also a real family. Stay with us to know how one sandwich and a heartfelt smile changed everything, creating an unbreakable bond between man and animal. This story inspires and reminds us that even the smallest act of kindness can lead to incredible miracles. It was a cold autumn afternoon when 6-year-old Lily sat on a wooden bench outside her small school, waiting for her mother. The wind rustled the golden brown leaves at her feet as she unwrapped the sandwich her mother had made for her for lunch, but had never eaten. Just as she was about to take a bite, she noticed a pair of eyes watching her. Standing by the playground fence was a battered, thin dog with dull fur, visible ribs, and eyes full of sadness and hope. Lily's heart sank with pity. She had always loved animals, and the dog in front of her looked as if he knew nothing but trouble. Without hesitation, she tore the sandwich in half, walked up to the stray dog, and held out her small hand. "It's okay, buddy," she said softly. "You must be hungry." The dog hesitated, but then carefully took the sandwich and ate it in seconds. Lily laughed. "You liked the peanut butter and jelly, didn't you?" she asked, gently patting his head. The dog flinched, but didn't run away. It was clear that he wasn't used to being nice. Lily sat with the dog, talking to him as if he were an old friend. She named him Rusty because of the reddish tinge to his fur. Before her mother arrived, she had given Rusty the other half of the sandwich, watching him wag his tail slightly. "Goodbye, Rusty," she whispered before running to her mom's car. Little did she know that this small act of kindness would change everything. The next day, the unexpected happened. The sun had barely risen when Lily's mother, Emma, woke her up. "Lily, wake up," her mother said urgently. Lily rubbed her sleepy eyes. "What's wrong, Mom?" Emma lifted her daughter out of bed and led her to the front door. Opening the door, Lily gasped. Rusty was sitting on the threshold, but he wasn't alone. In front of him lay a small bundle wrapped in a shaggy cloth, and from it came a faint sound of sand. Lily knelt down next to Rusty, who was wagging her tail and nudging the bundle with her nose. The girl carefully unwrapped the cloth, and her eyes widened. Inside lay 3 tiny puppies. "Mom, Rusty has brought his puppies," she cried, looking at her mother with surprise and joy. Emma's heart softened. She didn't want a dog, but seeing Rasta's close eyes and the way he brought his helpless children to the only person who had shown him kindness, something in her heart melted. "Let's go," she said. "We have to get them inside." Lily and her mother brought Rusty and his puppies into the house. The babies were weak and cold, clearly in need of care. Emma made warm milk, and Lily found an old blanket to make them a comfortable bed. All morning, Rusty wouldn't leave his babies, watching them with downcast eyes. But sometimes he would look at Lily as if to say, "Thank you." After a visit to the vet, they discovered that Rusty had been abandoned a month earlier, and he had somehow survived the harsh streets. His puppies were only a few weeks old, barely old enough to open their eyes. if he hadn't brought them to Lily, they might not have survived. Days turned into weeks, and as the puppies grew stronger, Rusty began to trust again, and most importantly, he found love. Emma, who was hesitant at first, soon couldn't resist Rasta's charms. That same hungry stray dog became part of their family. One evening, as Lily lay on the couch with Rasta curled up next to her and his puppies playing on the floor, Emma smiled. "You know, Lily," she said, "sometimes the smallest act of kindness comes back to us in the most amazing ways." Lily looked at Rasta and hugged him. "I'm just glad I shared my sandwich," she whispered. Rasta licked her face, his eyes full of gratitude. From that day on, Rasta and his puppies never asked where they found them. They had found their forever home. The moral of the story is that a small act of kindness can create ripples that lead to unexpected miracles. Compassion and generosity often come back to us in ways we never imagined.